Great, thank you. Hi, afternoon, everyone. I'm Desmond from Kenoi. Let me share a little bit of who we are first. Okay, there's a disclaimer. I have to have that on because it's requested. Okay, so we are established in 2000. We are a local bunker supplier. We are a physical supplier. We operate in the port of in Singapore, and we are licensed MPA bunker supplier and operator. So part of our business is actually physical supply of cargo bunkers to ships, and the other part of it is transporting those bunkers to vessels. Okay, so as a owner operator ourselves, we look at how we can decarbonize our bunker tankers that we operate. So we have looked at electrification, we look at alternative fuels, and these are some of the things that I'll share with you later. Meanwhile, we have to accept the fact that our clients still look at traditional fuels, and we have to transport those traditional fuels as bunkers. And we also have clients who are forward-looking, and they are looking at alternative fuels like methanol, ammonia, even hydrogen, which we are also looking at working towards. As part of our decarbonization approach, we have also gone into trading biofuels as one of it. We are an ISEC EU certified trader for biofuels as well. So those who are interested to work with us on biofuels and all the other alternative fuels and solutions to our vessel as well, please reach out to me. Okay, regulatory drivers, I think we heard a lot about it. We are all fully aware that IMO has all the requirements for ship owners in terms of EDI, EXI, and owners have also looked at ways to decarbonize their vessel and optimize the way they use the energy in terms of the design of their vessel. And of course, this morning we heard about the cleaning of the hull to be more efficient. So these are methods that a lot of owners use to improve the efficiency and of their vessel. So, but however, there's also the aspect of fuel. So let's look at what we have for fuels that we hear a lot about. Alternative fuels. I think we've heard about biofuels as one of that we are quite familiar with. We talked about hydrogen, we talked about ammonia, and we talked about and methanol as well. So for us today, I will be touching a little bit more on methanol, which is something that one of the consortiums that I'm with, that we focus on the production of e-methanols, and we're looking at a pilot plant in Singapore. So, okay, you would have read about different vessels, different owners that have kind of in the media said that they will look at methanol as an alternative fuel. So these are some of the media releases that you have seen across. The interesting thing that you will notice is that it's not just container ships that's looking at methanol as alternative fuels. We are looking at even bulk carriers, ro-ros, etc. So methanol is production. I'm not a producer of methanol, but we all know that there's different aspects of methanol which has been shared earlier. At this moment, what we have and we do hear a lot about is gray methanol. It's used in the chemical industry. Then there is also the blue methanol, which is we are using the carbon capture methods to produce blue methanol. And then last but not least, what we are targeting on is the green methanol. So methanol availability. This chart, this map here basically shows the existing locations where we see gray methanol is being produced. So that gives you an idea of it is already available in terms of gray methanol. So what can we do about it? There are already existing infrastructures that we can utilize. So you see in the next slide how we can do that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe back to the same slide. Okay, so when we talk about infrastructures, we are talking about shore tanks. See, so we have methanol shore tanks that we can use. If we produce green methanol, we can still use those shore tanks, and also vessel capabilities like chemical tankers that is already carrying methanol. So those are existing infrastructures that we can use. So let's look at The benefits and drawbacks. There are many, of course, there are many benefits and drawbacks in terms of different alternative fuels. But for methanol, like I've mentioned, availability, we are looking at storage facility, infrastructures like with minimal modification for the distribution and bunkering operations. Operating experience, well, everyone knows how to handle methanol today, right? It's because of the chemical tanker, chemical cargo that we are already in use, so you do not really need to reinvent the wheel. And then handling complexity as well. But then there's also the drawbacks, which is energy density. I mean, you need twice the amount of methanol just to compare to your conventional fuels. And because of that, space requirements on board the ship, you're going to need more tanks for it, as well as storage tanks just to produce the same amount of fuel that you need for the conventional fuels that the vessel needs to consume. And last but not least, price. It's going to be more expensive. Okay, of course, maybe in the long term, that price of cost for methanol might be reduced. So, okay, so this is a media that's been published before, and that some of the media agencies picked up on our consortium in green methanol that we announced sometime in April this year, just to share with you. And these are the consortium members. So what we have here is PTTEP, who's the producer of the green methanol. They are the plant owner. Air Liquide will supply the carbon capture and technology for producing the green methanol. YTL, which is the green energy that they're going to provide to the plant, the green electricity. Avario, or used to be known as oil tanking to some of us, they are going to store that methanol in their storage in the shore tanks. Ourselves, Canoy, we are going to transport it from the shore tank to the receiving vessel. And last but not least, we have Maersk as the off-taker. So looking at the entire consortium, we independently look at what we are good at. So each consortium member is to look at how we're going to do this and get it executed at a cost-efficient manner. So I'll touch more on ourselves, Canoy. We will look at how the safety aspects of moving methanol from the shore tank to our vessel. Okay, we work very closely with Avario on that. And then from our vessel to Maersk vessel. And that's a ship-to-ship transfer aspect. Okay. Okay. So we apply all these operational expertise in our safe handling of liquid marine fuels to the consortium. We share with them how we can do that in terms of methanol. We looked at it. We realized that, okay, there's a tank coating that's a bit different from our conventional fuels when we need to move it as a fuel on our bunker barges. We looked at different type of equipment, the pipelines, the bunker hoses has to be changed. There are slight modifications that we have to look at. And last but not least, we look at training and handling of methanol for bunkering operations. Okay. Okay. So once we have done that study, as an owner and supplier ourselves, there's still more to look at. So we had to look at commercial partnerships. So besides Maersk, we also reached out to other off-takers to make this a viable project. Then we also had to speak to the banks. Why? Because the banks are not used to funding us as a bunker supplier or a bunker tanker owner, a different type of vessel. So you're looking at a chemical tanker, not a traditional bunker conventional vessel. So we have, in principle, approvals from financial institutions. And then we have to work with industry regulators as well. So like MPA, we have been engaging MPA in terms of how we can do this safely as well. Technology assessment, we got the Naval Arc to look at how we can build a new vessel or even retrofit our existing vessel to carry methanol. And then we also have to work with the classification society to get our vessel classed for methanol bunkering. Last but not least, we have also reached out to Methanol Institute and Singapore Maritime Academy on the training aspect of our crew. so that we can get this methanol bunkering moving. So at this moment, we have been moving very positively, and we should have some ideas on how we can now carry out methanol bunkering in Singapore sometime first quarter of next year. So we look forward to getting this moving, and any of the owners who like to speak to us a little bit more on methanol offtake, please reach out to us. And with that, I like to thank everyone for your attention, and I made it on time. Thank you.